What's going on, guys? Just finished the UFC 264 main card, and I'm gonna break it down because this is the sports channel, and it's what I do. And what I'm gonna say is gonna make some people mad, but I'm okay with that. I like making people mad, as you all know. So let's get into it. Now the first match was Sugar Shane. Uh, I can't even remember the kid's last name. He's a good fighter coming up against a kid that 11 days to train. We're supposed to be on the Challenger, I think it's called. Dana White's Challenger program, we're supposed to be on that. But because Shane's opponent didn't show up, this kid from Boston had to take a fight on 11 days notice, and he was walking through punches all night. And then in the final round, with 30 seconds left, Herb Dean wants to stop it. I'll get back to Herb Dean in a minute. Worst ref in the UFC, I thought so. I beg someone to argue with me about that. Now let's talk about the next fight. The next fight was between, let me check my tweets. It was a fight between two women. A woman UFC match, I'm good with that. I like seeing women fight, especially those who actually know how to fight, so let me pull up. It was Irene, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name, but I pronounce it Irene. In English, it's pronounced Irene. In Spanish, it's pronounced something else. Yeah. Mexican from Jalisco. Guadalajara, same place as Canelo Alvarez. Oh, they make good fighters in Mexico, especially Jalisco. Shout out to Guadalajara, shout out to Mexicali, shout out to Sinaloa. And I can say that because I'm from there. My family's from there, so yeah. From two of those places, Mexicali and Sinaloa, so yeah, I can say that. But Guadalajara, you guys know how to put out good fighters, so salute to you. Y viva México también. But let me get this female's name right. Irene Altana beat a Russian female fighter who I've seen fight before. I know the fact Irene, 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 that's how I pronounce it, Irene, stopped her in the first round, but I've never seen the Irene fight. I've seen the girl she beat fight, and she won a scrapping match during the fights they were having in 2020 when nobody was allowed in the building, but she's like a scrapper. She was just how much today by you run it, but salute to both of them. Now the third fight was Greg Hardy against an Australian whose name I'm gonna butcher. Darren Lee, I apologize. Oh, the the guy's the guy's last name in the first fight was Sugar Shane O'Malley. That was his name. My bad, Shane. And the Russian, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce her name. Because I would just butcher the hell out of it, and I'm not trying to butcher anyone's name. But Irene won, she'll move up the standings, hopefully, and she had a championship match against Holly Holm, which I didn't see, but she lost, obviously, and Amanda Nunez was able to beat Holly Holm. Shout out to Amanda Nunez. Ah, this is what happens when you don't have a drink for 3 hours. Your tongue gets twisted. I apologize if I stutter a lot during this video. Now the next fight was Greg Hardy versus Team God, I'm gonna have to look this up again just so I don't completely butcher the hell out of it. Basically, the Australians beat up Greg Hardy, and that made me happy because Greg Hardy is not a good person at all. If you, well, I'm not gonna say he's not a good person. I'm just gonna say he's made some terrible mistakes in his life, and UFC gave him a chance, but that chance should be over after he lost 2 of his last fights, and the fight he won was called a no contest because he took a cheap shot to the back of the guy's head once the fight was called. So, yeah. So technically he hasn't won in his past 3 fights, so the Greg Hardy experience should be over. As I Google the guy's name who beat him. Let me pause the video, and then when I get his name, I'll start it back again. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. Not like I watch UFC that often. I just uh, wanted to watch one fight, and it was worth the money in one way of it, and in another way it wasn't. So I'm gonna pause it, look up his name, try not to butcher his name, and then get back to you. So yeah, pausing it now, just to be transparent. Okay, I have to guys, man. I'm still gonna probably butcher it. So, so my guy Darren, Australia, I apologize for butchering his name. His name is Ty Tulavia or Tuya Ty Tuya Tuya Via Via. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm doing the best I can. I'm not used to pronouncing those kinds of names. I can't even pronounce the Dolphins quarterback name right. Tua Tanga Viola and Ty from Australia, who beat Greg Hardy, has the same kind of tongue twister last name. I don't know how Bruce Buffer even was able to get it out of his mouth. Shout out to Bruce Buffer for that. Now, Hardy had a rock. He went for the kill. Maybe Ty was trying to pass him because he dodged that the right, the can open the right hand that Greg Hardy was going to use to knock him out. And came back with the left that put Greg Hardy on his back, and the ref should have been in it there, but Ty had to get in mount position, throw a couple punches, and then the ref finally stopped it. So, yeah. And then Ty, because he's from Australia, and it's a custom in Australia to drink a beer out of a shoe, he did that. So, shout out to him. He's a great entertainer. If and a great brawler. I believe that's what Bruce Buffer called him, a brawler. So, yeah, at least he knows what he is. Unlike another guy I'm gonna get to in a minute. Now, Gilbert Burns out of... He sounds Jamaican. I'm pretty sure he's Jamaican. But I'm not going to say he's Jamaican. He's just from the United States. Face Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Now, Wonderboy is known for his great offense. It's like what Umagomedov is able, what Khabib Umagomedov is able to do to Conor McGregor. Wonderboy and Conor have not the same styles, but fight the same. They both like to brawl. They both like to throw punches. Conor is more of a boxer, and Wonder Boy is more of a kick your head off type, but once you get them on the ground and get them spinning and don't let them up, they have no idea how to get up, and that's what happened to Wonder Boy in our 3 rounds. Although I think the judges gave Wonder Boy the second round. I know I did because for the first half of that round, Wonder Boy was landing those kicks, landed a couple shots, and it wasn't until the second half of the second round that Burns took him to the mat, and even then, he just took him to the mat and didn't try to throw any punches, get in, down him, get side control, just stayed on him and didn't let Wonder Boy up. So, yeah, get him out with by Burns. Wonder Boy really needs to get better at his ground defense. Now, speaking of entertainers, this leads me to the main event of the night. Connor, let me call him by his proper name, Bollywood Bruce Pepper, Carmadas, the notorious Conor McGregor faced Dustin the Diamond Poirier. Now, these two are the same type of. This was the same type of fight, or it would have been as Gilbert Burns and Wonder Boy, because Connor is a brawler who likes to fight from a distance and throw leg kicks anyway. A leg is gone, he'll attack you and knock you out in 3 punches. I should say 5 punches or less. So I will. He's not a grappler, he's not a wrestler, he's a brawler, and he likes to fight from a distance. At least that's what I've seen in the past when I've watched him, which honestly has not been much. I can't lie, and I'm not going to lie. I'm not a UFC expert, but that's just what I've noticed over the years. Now let's talk about this fight. Conor came out hot, like somebody lit a match under his arm, which made me think this is going to be a good fight. He started throwing around that kick, something he didn't do during the last fight, throwing kicks to the leg, something he did do the last fight, but Poirier threw kicks back, and then that knocked off Connor's balance, and Poirier was able to attack. This fight was very, very different. Conor was on the attack early. Poirier countered the attack. Poirier took him down. Poirier countered through some elbows, then answered back with elbows and hammer fists of his own. And then he let him out because he was complaining to the referee about something, never something he wanted to do during a round with him during wait till the bell rings, then during the round, say, hey ref, he's grabbing my arms, and that's how he's throwing those kicks. Don't start fighting just to tell the ref something. That's the mistake. He let Connor out. They exchange left hooks at the same time. How do I explain it? Hell, I'll just say how it happened. He put all his weight on his front foot, missed the front. When he stepped back, he snapped his ankle in half, much like what happened to Anderson Silva almost 10 years ago, if not longer. I honestly can't remember that far back. I was still in high school at the time. I remember that much. And yeah, he couldn't stop it, but at the end of the round, Connor was in the fetal position. That was before he broke his ankle and Dean didn't stop the fight. But yet in the first fight, with the kid that had been fighting his ass off all night, he wanted to stop it then, but not when someone's in the fetal position. My problem is not with Conor McGregor and all this. My problem is with Dean and all this, and when he chooses to stop fights. And now, where I do have a problem with Conor is how he decided to act after the match like a pompous, arrogant jackass. So yeah, I'll let you guys hear that now. Hopefully you guys can hear it through the headphones. If not, I will give you the blow by blow after I hear it again, which I really don't want to do. Class act, like always. What else do you expect? Drunk Irishman. And for those of you that didn't hear what he said, Dustin Poirier was being escorted out of the octagon because he was trying to get back on Conor because Conor kept running his mouth. So Poirier was trying to get at Conor while being interviewed by Joe Rogan, who was literally sitting in the octagon while Conor's leg was being put in a brace, I guess you would call it. So as Dustin is being escorted, he yells at him, "Your wife is in right here." And then he tells his wife, "Meet me at this club after for the after party. You're looking something in Irish slang, you little gardening tool." I'm not gonna repeat what he called her because when I get mad at women, do I call them names? Yeah. Have I ever used that derogatory terms? No. Should a quote unquote champion? Well, let me not do quote unquote. He was a champion before Kobe made him tap out twice. And so he was a champion. Is that anyway for a champion that if when Richard Sherman went off on Michael Crabtree, everyone had a field day with that. But now, because this is a fight and it's Conor McGregor, no one wants to say anything. Well, that's here. I'll say something and I'll say, that's bullshit. Conor, you always write an apology. You always have an apology. You always have an apology. Because you were stating in the pre-fight yesterday that one, you overlooked him for a quote-unquote fight against Manny Pacquiao. Like Pacquiao would ever fight you. And two, you told him that he was going to be stretchered out of the building. And I hate to use this term, but I can't find one more fitting. The shoe is on the other foot, Conor. And good luck going to the nightclub, considering you're having surgery tomorrow. But I wouldn't wish what happened to you on my worst enemy. I hope you heal up soon, and if you want to come back to the UFC fight, I hope you do, but if not, I will not honestly lose any tears about it, because you are just, and this is just my opinion, you quote wrestling too much. You quote Vince, you walk like Vince McGregor, you quote Stone Cold, you quote wrestling. You are a giver. You are not a fighter. You are a brawler who Dana White put against his worst brawlers. And when he put you against Nate Diaz, you got knocked the fuck out. Shout out to my people in Stockton, California. And yes, I have people in Stockton, California. So yeah. Shout out to Stockton. So yeah. So don't try to be a big, bad, tough guy. Because when, I think it was last year before the pandemic, you got into it with a guy from Ireland who wanted your head on a platter, and you came running to the stick, hiding. So stop acting like a big, bad, tough guy when everyone knows that's something you're not. And the fact that you don't want it to be a TKO when it would be a TKO for anyone else proves how much of a bitch you are. So with that being said, I will do more UFC fights. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time. God first, God bless, stay safe, stay out of trouble, go Hawks, and go Jets, even though I know this is gonna be a host of a Jets podcast I'm not very happy. I can live with that. So, yeah, until next time, I'm out. Peace. Have a nice night, everyone, and have a nice rest of your weekend. See you Tuesday for Game 4 of the NBA Finals. I'm out. Deuces.